Let's now look at the difference between routers and gateways, two very important devices for communication. We have talked about routers quite a lot so far, it's hard not to in this topic. So routers are devices which forward packets between networks. So their job is to take a data packet and send it to the most appropriate connection, and that will be two or more, so it's got to have at least two connections, so it's got to be connected to at least two other networks. It could be many networks, it could have many interfaces. This router here, R1, has only got two Ethernet interfaces connected to two networks, A and B, with their own IP address and net mask. When a device connected to network A is trying to send a message to another device outside of network A, it's got to go via the router, and the router will only be able to send it to network B in this example because it hasn't got any other options. If it had a third interface like ETH1 and it was trying to send to, say, network C, which we're not sure where it is yet, it would have a choice between sending it via Ethernet 1 or Ethernet 2, and it can then make a decision based on what it determines to be the quickest route. But we'll come back to that in a couple of minutes. I want to now just introduce the second term, which is gateway. A gateway will also be able to forward packets between networks, but in this case there is some conversion required because the two networks are running different, currently incompatible protocols. There needs to be some conversion so that the communication can take place. So really they're a more specialized version of a router, and in fact they're often just called a gateway router. To take quite a drastic example, the internet runs on TCP/IP, the Internet Protocol Suite, which is a group of protocols, but there are alternatives which in theory could be used. So one of which, quite an old one, about 30 years old, is IPX/SPX. I've no idea how many people use this protocol, but I'm sure it's used somewhere on some very old LAN, but that LAN, as soon as it wants to communicate with the outside world, it needs to go through some conversion because the packets for this protocol, IPX/SPX, is creating is going to be incompatible with TCP/IP. So the gateway's got quite a lot of work here to actually be able to convert between the two packets. In reality, the conversion the gateway is doing is going to be less drastic than this, or probably less drastic than this. It might be something like two networks are running two different versions of the same protocol, or someone has changed some settings of a protocol. Protocols have lots of settings like packet size, so someone might have a packet size of 64 bytes, someone might have a packet size of 128 bytes, and so the gateway's just got to stick 64 bytes of empty space of just zeros on the end of that packet just to make it into that standardized size so that the network can use it. Really, a gateway is there to stop errors occurring because data is in the wrong format. Let me try and show you this in another way. So we've got a network here, it could be the internet, which has loads of individual networks within it. So we've got lots of routers here, so all of these devices apart from the laptops are routers. We've got two, what I want to describe as autonomous systems. It's a term you don't need to know, it's more of a sort of university level term, but really they're a group of networks which run the same protocols, so run the same routing protocols in particular, or routing algorithms in particular. So this might be a Virgin Media owned autonomous system, so all of the routers here are working on the same algorithms that Virgin Media have specified, and this might be a BT autonomous system. But you can think of them as being, they all work in the same way, and this yellow one here is meant to represent the backbone of the internet. So these two routers are core routers, which are very likely to have the same purpose, or they're basically going to be gateways as well, because they'll be connected to loads of different networks which are likely to be running slightly different protocols. Let's say this laptop here wanted to communicate with this laptop here, and these two autonomous systems are running different protocols, so there needs to be some conversion at some point. The packet is going to get sent out, and it will be the job of one of these gateways to convert it. So likely it needs to be converted to be able to travel through the core backbone, and then it will need to be converted again to work with this autonomous system down here. If this laptop wanted to communicate with this laptop, so one that falls within its autonomous system, perhaps no conversion is needed because all of these networks are running the same protocols. Therefore, it can go through just normal routers. So it'll go first of all to this router, and of course it will have a packet with this IP address in it as a destination, and this router will make a decision about where to send it next. So it will have what is known as a routing table, looking something like this, which has basically a list of potential destinations and where is the best next hop to go to, the best next router. So a hop is a term for the jump between one router to the next, so how many routers it goes through. So from this router to this laptop, it could go via 1, 2, 3 hops, or it could go via 1, 2 hops. And depending on the routing algorithm it's running, say it was running a shortest path algorithm, it would go via the route with the least amount of hops. That may not be the best route because this may be really congested and this might be a really quick route to go through. So it's not always correct, and there are lots of different routing algorithms that work off of different metrics. But this one here and in this table it's working off of the number of hops. Let's say this routing table was for this router here. I don't know if this works out because these are somewhat random numbers, but let's say this IP address is for this laptop. So we've got the same IP address repeated twice, and it's got two options. It can either go to port 13, which let's say is this router, or port 17, which is this router. So it's either 2 hops or 3 hops. And it will learn this dynamically, so it needs to do some investigating to work out this. It doesn't know what's beyond its immediate surroundings unless it does some investigating. The actual protocols that do this investigating are quite complicated, so we don't need to go into them, but it's working out its surroundings. It's trying to work out which is the best route, which is the quickest route, and so it will make some decisions. A gateway, as I've said, is just a router, and so it will go through this exact same process, except it may have to do some converting in order to send the data onwards.